I drove past our old street yesterday. The trees were taller than I remembered. There was a blue chair by the window, and I could almost see us there together. You wanted Sunday mornings, I wanted cities I could conquer. You said we have enough right here. I said I'll come back when I'm older. I thought tomorrow was a kingdom, something waiting just for me. I didn't know that chasing more could cost me what I couldn't see. Still had faded colors, the little mark beside the door. You measured me there every summer. I was barely reaching the floor. I found a box beneath the staircase, old letters tied with faded thread. Your handwriting looked so fearless before I learned to fear regret. He never asked me to surrender. He never told me not to fly. He only asked me not to forget the life we had while reaching for mine. I left the house for tomorrow. I left your hand for a dream. I thought the life I was searching for was somewhere I had never been. I traded simple for certain. I traded now for someday. And when I finally found what I wanted, you were already far I don't know where you are now. If you ever think of me, maybe you have someone beside you. Maybe you've got the life we used to see. I hope the garden grew around you. I hope the mornings turned out kind. And if you ever wonder why I left, please know I was young enough to mistake ambition for a life. Some doors close without a sound. Some choices echo for years. I left the house for tomorrow. I left your hand for a dream. I thought the life I was searching for was somewhere I had never been. I traded simple for certain. I traded now for someday. And when I finally found what I wanted, you were already was already holding your hand. I left the house for tomorrow and spent so many years trying to find my way back home. Found a photograph this morning. You were 23 and wild. I had flowers in my hair then. You had that reckless little smile. Now the years are in our faces and the silver's in your hair. But when you look across the kitchen, I still feel that young girl there. We've traded nights for early mornings, traded dancing for the bills. But somehow underneath the changes, my heart knows exactly who you are. Am I still the woman in your eyes, the one you couldn't wait to hold? After all these changing seasons, after all the stories we've been told, when you reach across the bed at night, do you still feel that first surprise? Tell me, after all these years, am I still the woman in your eyes? We have argued over nothing, we've been silent over more. We've watched our children leave the driveway, we've painted every room before. There were years we barely noticed, there were months we lost our way. But you always found my hand again before the darkness learned to stay. We don't have the bodies we once had, we don't chase the same dreams now, but I wouldn't trade these years away for the girl I used to be. Somehow, am I still the woman in your eyes, the one you couldn't wait to hold? After all these changing seasons, after all the stories we've been told, when you reach across the bed at night, do you still feel that first surprise? Tell me, after all these years, am I still the woman in your You looked at me and started laughing, said you're asking that today. Then you kissed the corner of my forehead, like you always used to say. You're not the woman I fell for, you're the woman I fell for 1,000 times. And I knew exactly what you meant. I'm still the woman me be the woman in your eyes. You called me on a Thursday evening, said you were passing through the town. I should have known from how you said it that old ghosts were coming around. We met inside the little restaurant where we used to waste our Friday nights. You looked older, I looked different, but your eyes still knew mine. I told you I was getting married. You smiled and said, I'm glad for you. But underneath that little sentence was everything we never knew. What about the life we didn't live? The house we never bought, the years we never gave each other, the children we never taught. What about the roads we turned away from, the dreams we left behind? Sometimes I wonder who we'd be if you had stayed and I had changed my mind. You asked me if I was happy. I said yes and looked away. You said you'd never stopped remembering that summer we ran away. For 1 hour we were 20, young enough to call it fate. Then the waiter brought the check, and suddenly we were too late. You reached across the table, and your fingers touched my hand. My the most beautiful life you didn't live. You smiled, I smiled, and then we said goodbye. Not because it wasn't love, because it was a long time ago. I was tired of being strong then, tired of saying I was fine. I had learned to keep my sorrow in the safest corners of my mind. You didn't ask me for a story, you didn't tell me what to do. You just moved the chair beside me and stayed when I had nothing left to give you. You brought coffee in the morning, you left the curtains open wide. You never tried to chase the darkness, you just sat with me inside. You stayed until I smiled, until showed me love somehow. You stayed through all the silence, through every difficult mile. I thought I'd lost the woman I was. You stayed until I smiled. The first time I laughed around you, I almost covered up my mouth. It had been so long since happiness had found a way back out. You said, there you are. I said, where? You touched my hand and answered, the woman you were before the world got there. I wasn't looking for a lover, how to breathe, but somewhere between the ordinary, you became the safest place in me. You stayed until I smiled, until I remembered how. You never tried to save me, you just showed me love somehow. You stayed through all the silence, through every difficult mile. I thought I'd lost the woman I was. You stayed until I smiled. You never took it as rejection, you simply said, I'll be at home. And slowly I stopped being frightened of the good things coming near. You taught me love could feel like freedom, not another thing to fear. You didn't heal my heart, you gave it somewhere safe to heal itself. You stayed until I smiled, until I remembered how. You never tried to save me, you just showed me love somehow. then you gave her back to me. I was tired, you stayed. I was afraid, you stayed. And somewhere in the quiet, I smiled. We said things we couldn't take back. You were standing by the door. I remember every sentence, but I don't remember what we fought for. You put your coat across your shoulders. I couldn't make myself look up. The room was full of things we'd built, and suddenly it wasn't enough. You said maybe we need time. I said maybe you're right. Then you walked into the darkness, and I cried until the light. Then came the morning, you came back, standing quietly outside. No roses, no excuses, just the truth inside your eyes. You said I don't wanna win this, if winning means losing you. And somehow through the tears I knew there was still a life for me and you. You placed your keys upon the table, then you took my hand in yours. You said I'm sorry, I was angry, I was scared of losing more. I wanted you to say forever, I wanted some perfect line, but all you said was, can we start again? And I said yes, if you can start with mine. We were still the same two people, still carrying our pride, but love had left the door unlocked, and neither one walked outside. Then came the morning, you came back, standing quietly outside. No roses, no excuses, just the truth inside your eyes. You said I don't wanna win this, if winning means losing you. And somehow through the tears I knew there was still a life for me and you. Your anger go. There will be other storms between us, other nights we lose our way, but I don't need a flawless promise. I need someone who will stay. And you stay. Then came the morning. didn't ask where you'd been. You were standing at the doorway. I opened it and let love in. You came running to my doorway with 2 tickets in your hand. You said there's a train on Friday, and it can take us from this town. We had $20 between us, 1 suitcase and a borrowed coat. You said we'll figure out the rest. I said, I know. Then the letter came on Wednesday, a chance you'd waited for so long. You had to leave the following morning, and suddenly Friday was gone. I still have the ticket we never used, folded in a book somewhere, 2 little pieces of paper for a life that wasn't there. You said we'd meet at the station. You said you'd come back for me. I don't know where the years went, but I remember who we dreamed we'd be. You called me from a payphone. Your voice sounded miles away. You said, I'm trying to build something. I said, I know it's okay. The calls became less frequent. The seasons changed their names. I waited through 1 winter, then learned to stop counting days. I never hated you for leaving. You never asked me to forgive. years I thought that ticket was proof that you had let me down. Now I see it differently. It was proof we once believed the world was ours to travel. Maybe we were never meant to take that train. Maybe the beautiful part was thinking we would. I still have the ticket we never used, folded in a book somewhere, 2 little pieces of paper for a life that wasn't there. You said we'd meet at the station. You said you'd come back for me. I don't know where the years went, but I remember who we dreamed we'd be. I still have the ticket we never used, and I don't need to throw it away. Some dreams don't have to happen to make us who we are today. You were young, I was fearless. We believed in anything, and somewhere in that little ticket lives the girl who thought we'd have everything. 2 tickets, 1 train, 1 life we never lived. I close the book, but I don't close the memory. You arrive when the city is sleeping. I leave before the morning knows. We have learned the quietest entrances, the places only lovers go. Take my coat beside the doorway. I pour the wine we never finish. We have 3 hours before the sunrise, and every second feels like Christmas. No promises we can't keep, no questions we can't answer. Just your hand finding mine like it has always known the way. We belong between the hours, in the spaces time forgets, where the world can't reach us, where the and I am yours, the same. You tell me stories from your childhood. I tell you things I've never said. You laugh with your head against my shoulder, and I memorize the shape of it. The clock keeps moving toward the window. I wish I could make the hands stand still, but love was never good at keeping time, and ours never will. You kiss me like tomorrow is something we don't have to fear. I close my eyes against the sunrise, pretending it was they change your life. And you changed mine. We belong between the hours, in the spaces time forgets, where the world can't reach us, where the morning hasn't found us yet. We don't need forever tonight, we don't need a perfect name. For a few stolen hours, you are mine, and I am yours the same. We belong between the hours, where the lonely hearts can breathe. No one knows how much you love me, no one knows what you mean to me. And when daylight takes you from me, I'll carry what it couldn't take. The warmth of you beside me, the promise in the silence, the love we never had to fake. The city wakes, you have to go. Come back when the world lets us be alone. I had packed away the photographs, put the wedding dress upstairs. I told my friends I was much better, and almost learned to sound sincere. I had made a home from quiet, I had learned to sleep alone. Then you knocked on my apartment door with a book I'd left at yours. You didn't ask about the ending, you didn't ask me to forget. You just said we can take this slowly, and somehow I wasn't afraid yet. Maybe forever isn't one story. Maybe love can start again. Maybe hearts don't have one ending. Maybe they just learn a different way. You didn't erase the years behind me. You didn't ask me to pretend. You simply showed me that tomorrow could be a different kind of forever. You never touched the empty picture frame, you never asked me who was there. You understood that some old memories still deserve a little air. We learned each other's little habits. You learned when I needed space, and every time I looked at you, there was patience in your face. I was waiting for the feeling that would tell me it was safe. It came quietly one morning when I caught myself saying your name. Maybe forever isn't one story. Maybe love can start again. showed me that tomorrow could be a different kind of forever. I used to think that second chances were for people who had failed. Now I think they're simply doors that open when we're ready to prevail. I still remember what was broken, I still remember what went wrong, but remembering isn't living there. And you taught me how to move along. You didn't replace my past, you gave my future somewhere to begin. Maybe forever isn't one story. Maybe love can start again. Maybe hearts don't have one ending. Maybe they just learn a different way. You didn't erase the years behind me. You didn't ask me to pretend. You simply showed me that tomorrow could be a different kind of forever. Maybe forever isn't perfect. Maybe forever changes shape. Maybe love is choosing someone after you've discovered what can break. And if the years should leave their traces, I'll still reach for your hand, because the love I thought was over was only making room for something I could finally understand. I thought forever had already happened. Then you smiled, and I realized forever could happen twice. You came to my house in October with 2 suitcases in your car. You said we can leave by morning, we don't have to stay where we are. I wanted to say yes immediately. I wanted the road, I wanted you. Then I heard my mother's coughing from the bedroom down the hall. You looked at me and understood before I found the words to say. Some choices don't need explaining, they simply take your heart away. There were years between our hands, years we never got to live. You went west, I stayed behind, and neither one of us was wrong. I loved you enough to let you leave. You loved me enough to understand. And somewhere in the life we didn't have, there were years between our hands. You wrote me from another city, said the ocean looked like home. I wrote about the garden growing and how I hated being alone. Then the letters became fewer, then the years became our lives. I heard you married someone kind, and I hope she made you smile. I never blamed you for the leaving, you never blamed me for the stay. We were young enough to dream forever, old enough to know some dreams must change. There were years between our hands, years we never got to live. You went west, I stayed behind, and neither one of us was wrong. I loved you enough to let you leave. You loved me enough to understand. And somewhere in the life we didn't have, there were years between our hands. 20 years later in a hotel, I heard somebody say my name. I turned around and there you were, older, gentler, almost the same. We talked until the ballroom emptied. You told me where the years had gone. I told you I had finally learned that some loves don't need to carry on. You touched my hand, I touched yours. For 1 second, we were young again. There were years between our hands, years we never got to live. You went west, I stayed behind, and neither one of us was wrong. I loved you enough to let you leave. You loved me enough to understand. And somewhere in the life we didn't have, there were years between our hands. There were years between our hands, but there was never any hate. Just two people making choices that arrived a little too late. If I could go back to that October, I would still make the same choice, because loving you was never wasted. It became the woman I became. You smiled, I smiled. No promises this time, just two old hearts remembering how young they once were. The whole street went dark at midnight. Every window lost its glow. I was standing in the hallway with a candle burning low. You came out from apartment 7, holding 2 glasses and a bottle of wine. You said, looks like we're neighbors tonight. I said, funny, I've lived here 3 years. We sat beside the stairway, listening to the city breathe. No television, no distractions, nothing left to hide behind. When the lights went out, I finally saw you. Not the neighbor in the hallway, not the man I barely knew. When the lights went out, the whole world disappeared, and somewhere in that darkness you became the one I wanted near. You told me about your childhood, I told you why I never stayed. We laughed about our terrible habits, we talked until the candle changed. The rain began against the windows, you moved your chair a little close. I remember thinking, how did I not notice you before? Sometimes love is not a lightning strike, sometimes it waits in plain sight. Sometimes you need the whole world dark to finally recognize the light. When the lights went out, I finally saw you. Not the neighbor in the hallway, not the man I barely knew. When the lights went out, the whole world disappeared, and somewhere in that darkness you became the one I wanted For the city started glowing, one window then another. You looked at me and whispered, I almost wish it stayed this way. I laughed and said, why? You said, because I've spent 3 years walking past your door without knowing I was walking past someone I could love. The lights came back, neither of us moved. When the lights came back, I still could see you, and suddenly the ordinary didn't feel ordinary anymore. When the lights came back, morning filled the room, but I had already found a reason to look forward to seeing you. When the lights came back, we exchanged our keys and numbers. Funny how a little darkness can uncover something wonderful. Now every time the hallway glows, I know exactly where to go, because the night the lights went out was the night I finally saw you. 3 years in the same building, one night in the dark, and somehow that was all it took. Found you in an old bookstore, 3 hours from where the windows face. You were turning through a paperback with that familiar look upon your face. You said it's been a long time. I said yes it has. We smiled like strangers for a moment, then remembered who we were. You asked me if I was happy. I asked you if you were well. We both gave careful little answers to questions we could never tell. And a date from another life. You said if someday you find this, I hope you understand. I never forgot the woman who once held my hand. There was a line beneath the sentence, something I'd almost missed before. You had written, "Don't wait forever." Then you crossed it out once more. I laughed because it sounded like you, always trying to be brave. You wanted love without a promise. I wanted something we could save. We were young and always running. You toward work, me toward a dream. Neither one of us noticed how far apart two busy hearts could be. Then I found the book you left behind, a story with your handwriting inside. You had written my name on the first page and a date from another life. You said if someday you find this, I hope you understand. I never forgot the woman who once held my hand. We walked outside together. The afternoon was turning gold. You told me about your daughter. I told you I had grown old. Not old in years, just old enough to know what matters most. You said I should have called you. I said maybe we both should have. There are apologies that arrive too late to change anything, but sometimes they're still worth hearing. I kept the book you left behind, not because I wanted yesterday. I kept it for the woman I was, who didn't know what time could take away. You said if someday you find this, I hope you understand. And now I finally do. Some loves don't disappear, they simply change the shape they leave behind. So here's to the book you left behind, and the words we couldn't say. Here's to two people who loved deeply but couldn't find the time to stay. If we meet again someday, I won't ask where we went wrong. I'll just smile and thank you for being part of the woman I've become. You closed the book, I kept the page. Some stories end without becoming mistake. Just after midnight, I almost let it ring away. Your name looks strange upon the screen, though I had dreamed of it for days. You said, I know it's been forever. I said, I know, then neither spoke. There were years between the silence, and one breath could break them open. You asked me if I still remember that little house beside the sea. I said, I remember everything. You whispered, so do I. Tell me what we were before goodbye. Before the anger, before the pride, before two hearts became two strangers who were too afraid to ask one more time. We were fire in a cold December. We were reckless, we were young. And if the ending changed the story, it never changed what we were. You said you kept my old letters. I said I kept your photograph. We laughed about the things we promised, how certain we were back then. You told me you had found a family, a quiet house, a different life. I told you I had learned forgiveness, mostly for myself that night. You said I called because I needed you to know I wasn't lying. I asked about what, you answered softly, about loving you. Tell me what we were before goodbye. Before the anger, before the pride, before two hearts became two strangers who were too afraid to ask one more time. We were fire in a cold December. We were reckless, we were young. And if the ending changed the story, it never changed what we were. I wanted to ask you to come back. For 1 second I almost did. Then I heard the life around you, and I knew exactly where you lived. Not in my house, not in my future, but somewhere underneath my skin. There would always be a younger woman who loved you without knowing how to lose. You said, I hope you're happy. I said, I am. And that was the first time we both believed it. Tell me what we were before goodbye. Before the anger, before the pride, before two hearts changed what we were. So here's to what we were before goodbye, to every kiss and every fight, to the dreams that didn't make it, and the love that still survived. I don't need you back beside me. I don't need to turn back time. I only needed you to tell me that once you were truly mine. The phone went quiet, the room went still, but for the first time in years, goodbye didn't hurt. You said take the next exit, like we had nowhere else to be. I turned the wheel without asking. You smiled and looked at me. We hadn't talked about the distance, the quiet growing in our room. We had become good at surviving, but somewhere we'd forgotten how to bloom. The highway carried us toward water, the sky was turning amber gold. Then I saw the little sign ahead, the place where we were young and bold. Take me down the road back to us, back before the years got in the way, back when every word you whispered could make a lonely heart feel safe. We don't have to be those people, we don't have to turn back time. Just let me remember how you loved me, and I'll remember how to love you mine. The old cafe was still standing, though the paint had changed its shade. We sat beside the same old window where you first asked me to stay. You ordered coffee black as ever, I ordered what I used to drink. We laughed about how young we sounded, how certain we were not to think. You reached across the table and your fingers found my hand. There was no speech, no grand confession, just a touch I understood. Take me down the road back to us, back before the years got in the way, back when every word you whispered could make a lonely heart feel safe. We don't have to be those people, we don't have to turn back time. Just let me remember how you loved me, and I'll remember how to love you Baby, love doesn't disappear. Maybe it gets buried underneath the bills, the birthdays, broken sleep, the things we never say. Maybe we weren't falling out of love. Maybe we just stopped looking at each other. So I looked at you, really looked, and there you were, still the man I chose. Take me down the road back to us, back before the years got in kept driving through the night, and somewhere between the old town and the morning light, we found us again. There were flowers at the doorway, wrapped in paper tied with gold. No name written on the card, just a sentence I had never known. Some days deserve remembering. I stood there in the hall. I knew the date before I saw it, and suddenly I remembered it all. The year we said forever, the year forever fell apart. I thought I'd buried every feeling, but dates have memories of their own. Flowers without a name, waiting quietly outside. I thought they came from yesterday, from the love I left behind. But they came from you, who knew the date and understood that some old wounds don't disappear. They simply teach the heart what love should do. You came home carrying groceries. I asked if you knew who sent them. You looked at me and started smiling, like you were trying not to say it yet. You said, I know what today means, I know what you went through. I didn't send them for the man before me, I sent them because I love you. I couldn't find the right words, so I reached for your hand. You didn't ask me to forget him, you only asked me to let you understand. Flowers without a name, waiting quietly outside. I thought they came from yesterday, from the love I left behind. But they came from you, who knew the date and understood that some old wounds don't disappear. They simply teach the heart what love should do. You said I don't need to be the only man you've ever loved. I just wanna be the one who loves you where you are. And suddenly, the years behind me didn't feel like something I should hide. They were simply roads I had traveled before I found you by my side. You kissed my forehead, I cried, not from sadness, from being understood. Flowers without a name, now I know exactly why they weren't sent to bring me backwards. They were sent to say goodbye. Goodbye gently gave my tomorrow a beautiful beginning. No name on the flowers, but your love was written all over them. I saw you in the hotel lobby, 20 years since you said goodbye. You were standing beside a woman, I was standing beside mine. We smiled the way old strangers do, careful not to cross a line. You said, I never understood why you left without a sign. I said, you'd already chosen her. You looked at me and shook your head. She was my sister's friend that night. I was waiting for you instead. Told me you went to the station, stayed until the final train. I told you I stood in the doorway, waiting for you to explain. You said, I thought you didn't love me. I said, I thought you didn't care. Funny how two broken hearts can build a lifetime from a fear. There was no villain in our story, no secret lover, no betrayal, just two frightened people who mistook silence for the truth. We were one question too late, one sentence away from forever. You said, are you happy? I said, I am. You smiled and said, good. Then I asked the question, question I should have asked when we were young. Did you ever stop loving me? You didn't answer. You didn't need to. We were one question too late, one sentence away from forever. One, what happened? One, please stay. Maybe we could have changed everything, but some roads don't turn around, some doors close with a touch. And all these years I thought you left me while you were waiting for my touch. We were one question too late, but not too late to understand. You were never the one who left me. I was never the one who let you go. We were young, we were frightened, and the truth arrived too slow. If I could give that girl one sentence, I'd say, ask him before you go.